How's it going, everyone? My name is Sean Smith, and today I'm going to show you how to set up Claude Code Full Beginner's Guide. And by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start building with Claude Code. So you may be thinking, what is Claude Code? Claude Code is a tool that allows agents to access your cloud base. This means that the agent has full access to your project files, so it can look at your project, execute commands, and implement features. So now I'm going to show you how to get set up in Claude Code. Let's go. On the main Claude Code website, we get this command that shows us how to install Claude Code using the terminal. And below there's a wee link to a documentation page. So if you just open that up, and you will see different instructions depending on your operation system. But since I'm using Windows, I'll use the Windows PowerShell command. And this is the same command we can see in the home page. So copy the code and open up PowerShell, and then just paste in the command. So if you see this, don't panic, just go over to get bash, and if you're using Windows, just download the get for Windows, and then once that's downloaded, then you just copy in the code again and then just paste it into Windows PowerShell. Then you need to open Claude Code in a project folder. So create a Claude Code folder in your main files. So all you have to do is start your PowerShell in that folder. Now we've selected our project folder, we can now access Claude by running the Claude command. Now Claude Code will take you through a short setup. You can change the theme to light or dark mode, just depending on how you like it. And the next step is logging in. So just go ahead and log in with your Claude Code subscription. This is by far the best way to start using Claude. Because if you start using API keys, it can be very costly. So just go ahead with the Pro plan. Then just click authorize, and then that will be you logged in to Claude Code. Aware that a lot of people don't want to work in a terminal environment only. So you're best just installing a code editor. And the one that I like to use is the Visual Studio Code. So just go ahead and download that. So once you've downloaded your IDE, then go to File and then go to your project folder. Then go to the top of the screen, then go to New Terminal. Then just type in Claude for the command. Then you'll have access to Claude Code. Then you can type whatever you want to say, "What's up?" And that should be working for you now. Press /. There you'll see a list of commands that Claude have available. But the one we're looking for is the terminal setup. And the aim is so you can press Shift and Enter. So that means you can make a new line. So now every time you press Shift and Enter, that means you'll be able to make new lines. Well, the next command you need to be setting up is the context command. And that'll give you some information like how many tokens the system prompt is using, your history conversation, your MCP tools, and auto compact buffer. It's also important to make sure you're monitoring your context usage, because if you exceed this limitation, then your conversation will be compacted. So it's actually good to make sure you input, small features to keep the context window, lean, and make sure it's to the point as well, So another command you want to be looking at is /clear, meaning you can clear the conversation window. So if you want to close Claude, then you can do /exit. Then if we want to go back, then we can just do /resume. If you go to the extensions tab and search for Claude Code, and then install the Claude Code for VS Code, then press the Claude Code tab on the top right to open up the conversation with Claude Code. And this is definitely the easiest way to use Claude Code. This interface is 100% easier to use, especially for the likes of vibe coders. You can also change the model that you're using at the moment. I'm using Opus, but you can go through the different options they have depending on what you like the most, and you can change that by typing /model, and you can search between Sonnet, Haiku, and Opus. You can also enable and disable thinking mode, so press Alt and T. You want to be enabling thinking mode because it gives the best results. Claude Code will pretty much ask your permission to do everything, and that's on default. But to change this, just click Shift and Tab together. You will then see Accept Edits On below. Essentially, what this means is Claude Code will automatically make changes to files or create new files without asking permission all the time. But Claude Code will ask permission if it feels like something is risky. And if you want to access plan mode, then you click Shift and Tab again. And this is how you have a conversation with Claude Code to plan out a project that you want to make, where Claude will create a plan for the project that you want. So let's test it out. I'm actually in the lead generation niche, so let's create a lead tracking app. I would like to build a simple lead tracking app that uses a workflow board to manage prospects through different stages. By default, the board will have 3 columns: new leads, contacted, and converted. Each lead will include details like first name, last name, company name, email, status, and tags. Then go ahead and click send. Once you've done that, Claude will ask a few questions. And the cool part is about this, it generates some really cool ideas that you can implement into your project. So your best is going with the recommendation, which is React. Then within the storage tab, just go with the recommendation again with local storage. And again with the drag and drop columns, you just go with the recommendation, then just click submit. So once that's loaded, you will get options how you like to proceed. Your best just go on to number 2 where it says yes, auto accept edits, because that automatically accepts your edits, and then let that load. You can also find your JSON file under the Claude tutorial files. Then where you plan to save it, you click on that link, and that's where that will be saved as well. Then you want to switch from plan mode to accept edits by hitting Shift and Tab. And then I'm going to say I like this plan and please implement. And we'll let that load. And that link will take you on to the browser. So let's have a look to see if it actually worked. So I'll click add lead. And I'll type in my first name, the company name, email, and looking at the tags, I'm just going to type in new leads and then add lead. Well, actually, just need to double check and look at the status and see if that came through. Yeah, we got contacted, new leads, and converted. So I'll just go ahead and save changes there. And I'm going to check if I'm able to drop it in, and yes, I am able to drop. And the next thing to do is to add deep dive agents. So I'm just going to add 2 to the workflow and remove any mistakes or bugs. And I'll just let that load. So just looking at the bugs fixed, the reducer now correctly handles reordering within the same column and computing destinations and dices after the lead is removed from the array, preventing out of bounds access, and the cleanup removed leftover from boilerplate. And yeah, the app is running at that link, so let's go ahead and click that link, and let's just try refreshing the page just to see if anything moves. Yep, and everything works perfectly. So that's how you set up Claude Code step by step. And as I mentioned in the video, I'm in the lead gen space. I host weekly live sales calls in my free skill community where I break down exactly how you close recruitment clients. Inside, you'll learn how to build your own system to land your first recruitment client. You can find my skill community on my website in the link below. Thanks for watching.